Well, welcome everybody. I'm excited to be here with you tonight. Welcome to the first of 3 webinars we'll be doing tonight. This is the first one, Youngevity product training. My name is Todd Smith. I'll be the presenter with you tonight. And very excited. I want to extend a with us for the first time. Of course, all of you, I want you to be welcome. And I notice there's been a lot of chat below. That's always helpful and beneficial, and I want to thank my partner Blake Graham and many others who are helping answer questions and things as we go along. With this presentation will go about 30 minutes, and then we will open it up for questions. But if you have questions as we go along, feel free to go ahead and chat them in. Blake and others will do their best to answer your questions. Before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name again is Todd Smith. I was first introduced to Dr. Wallach, Youngevity, and the 90 for Life program back in October of 1996. And what happened back then is my wife and I were fortunate enough to have triplets. And what happened is I was still in school. And so when the triplets were born, I ended up having to quit my job to help out at home because they came premature and needed some extra help. And so I had to find some other way to support the family. And I collected up a few ideas. I took them up to Idaho where my parents lived, ran these ideas by my dad and said, "Dad, what do you think?" And he looked at me and he said, "Todd, I don't even know what to tell you. I have no idea. I've never done any of those things, so I don't want to lead you astray." But one of the things I took up to him was a nutritional product. And he said, "Todd, I don't know anything about that product, but your mom and I recently found something. Let me show it to you." And so he went over into the kitchen. He started mixing up a concoction. He slid it across the table. He said, "Here, Todd, drink this." And not seeing my dad spend too much time in the kitchen in the past, I smelled it first, and I asked him what it is. And he said, "Todd, I don't even know for sure. It's some old stuff that comes out of the mountains of Utah." But he said, "Your mom brought it home from playing tennis with a friend because of her heel spurs and her arthritis in her elbows." And he said, "I teased her. I gave her the hardest time about it. But she brought it home. She started drinking it. And before I knew it, she had more energy. The pain went away. She threw away the orthotics in her shoes. The heel spurs disappeared even on the x-rays." And he said, "She was feeling so fantastic, I started sneaking some myself." And he went on to say, "You remember my injury in my shoulder?" He called it a snowmobiling injury, and I kind of thought to myself and chuckled. He calls it a snowmobiling injury, but in fact it was loading the snowmobile on the trailer, went too far and ran into the Suburban, right? But it sounds better if you call it a snowmobiling injury. But he says, "You remember my injury and how he couldn't lift his arm much above his shoulder?" Well, he starts swinging his arm around and saying, "Todd, just by drinking this funny stuff, my shoulder's gotten better." Well, he went on to tell me, he says, "Todd, I have no idea if this is going to solve your problem as far as being able to support your family." He says, "We're just customers, but please go talk to the people we get it from and see if there's any way you can be a part of it." Because he said, these products are different from everything else we've tried. And he says, heaven knows we've tried everything. So he says, go talk to them, because if you can become a part of this product, he says, you cannot fail, because this product truly is different than everything else, and it truly changes people's lives and makes a difference. So that's what I did. This was, like I say, almost 16. This October will be 16 years. Almost 16 years ago, I went and had my first experience and exposure to Dr. Wallach and his message. And folks, I've been with him ever since. And the joy of it is that I've been able to finish all those schooling programs, been able to pay off all those student loans, and basically live a beautiful, wonderful, blessed life. Now having 7 children, actually 7 daughters, and those first 3 that we had, those triplets, will be turning 16 this next month, 1 month from today. So very fortunate to have been in the situation I was and to have been referred to this company by my parents. And what I'm going to share with you tonight is the product side of this message. As I mentioned, we'll be doing 3 webinars, first one on the product, second one on the business opportunity, and the third one to train you on how to share these amazing products and opportunity with people. That's a training one. So let's get right in and let's get talking about these amazing Youngevity products. First off, we got to get some background, okay? And the background comes from our founder, Dr. Joel Wallach, both a veterinarian as well as a physician, and has been published over 75 times in scientific and medical journals. He has defeated the FDA 7 times in court, and Youngevity, his company, is the only nutritional company to receive FDA-authorized health claims. Youngevity was founded with the purpose of improving both the physical and financial health of people throughout the world. As it says there on the screen, people need what we have, and they aren't getting it anywhere else. Dr. Wallach was the lead scientist in a 13-year government study on the health of animals and people. In fact, in the course of that study, he performed over 17,500 autopsies on over 450 different animal species. Then he also did autopsy on 3,000 humans for comparison. The purpose of trying to find a correlation of a cause of death due to pollution. Well, the pollution idea was debunked, but what came out of that study was the fact that all animals who are dying of natural causes, including humans, were dying of a nutritional deficiency disease. And in fact, all of the research, all the autopsies and everything was compiled into a textbook. That's the textbook you see on the screen there, titled Diseases of Exotic Animals. Well, this textbook has been used by every veterinary school in the nation now for 2 decades. And in fact, that book is now in the United States Smithsonian considered a national treasure. The research that came out of that book was put to work in the agricultural world. And out of applying Dr. Wallach's strategies of this essential nutrient idea, that every living animal, every vertebrae had a requirement of essential nutrients. And so the agricultural world started to use that. They started to put that into the feeds of animals, producing cat food, dog food, calf pellets, gerbil pellets, rabbit pellets, the list goes on and on. They prepared pre-packaged foods for those animals. And by implementing that, they eliminated over 900 diseases and doubled, and in some cases tripled, the lifespans of these animals. These are diseases that still plague humans, and they eliminate them in the agricultural world through these essential nutrients. And what Dr. Wallach tells us is that the very same strategies that have been successful in agriculture with the animals there work like a charm in people. And that's the whole strategy and philosophy behind the 90 for Life program. See, Dr. Wallach has taken the best of the veterinary world with their prevention of disease, and he's taken the best of the medical world with the reversing of disease, and instead of treating symptoms like the MDs do, instead of putting you on prescriptions and using surgeries, he has focused on essential nutrients, just like the veterinary world. And he says we can take what's worked in the veterinary world and implement it in the human world. And that there are essential nutrients that our bodies have to get every day. And these are nutrients our bodies cannot produce themselves, so we have to consume them. If we don't, we're going to get sick. A deficiency of any one of these nutrients leads to disease. Any one of these 90 nutrients, what are they made of? Well, they're made up of 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 to 3 fatty acids. And as it says there on the screen, it's all about the results. Give your body what it needs, and your body will do amazing things. When the body has all of the essential nutrients, it has the ability to heal itself. So what are the 90 nutrients? Well, we have Mighty 90 health packages, okay? And these are the 2 most popular. We've got the Healthy Start Pack, which is our bestseller. That one has all of your vitamins, all of your amino acids, all of your minerals and trace minerals, all of your essential fatty acids, plus much, much more. It has a lot of antioxidants, 115 fruit and vegetable extracts. You've heard about some of these super fruits, right? Well, they're in there as well. Optimum levels of all of these major minerals and vitamins and things to help keep the body operating at optimum level. That is the Cadillac, if you will, the Ferrari, if you will, of health. The second package there, the Classic Basic 90, has all of the 90 nutrients in it, just doesn't have some of those extras. So it'd be like the Cadillac, all right? We got the Ferrari and the Cadillac, both fantastic vehicles, will get you what you need and prevent all those diseases. One's just a little bit higher performance than the other. Also, these products have incredible value. This is just to show you that if you were to run down to a health food store and try to get just what's in that one bottle of Ultimate Classic, you'll see you'll be taking a lot more powders, liquids, capsules, tablets, and everything just to equal what you can get in one bottle of Dr. Wallach's 90 for Life program. In addition to the 90 for Life, Dr. Wallach has found some very, very unique and powerful ways of getting nutrition into us. One of them is the top left-hand corner there, healthy chocolate, right? What if you can get your minerals? What if you can get your vitamins? What if you can get your antioxidants in a piece of chocolate? Well, this is a very, very valuable one for me. I mentioned to you I have 7 daughters, right? Well, you can imagine how valuable these are. This one right here, okay, if I get the right one, nope, this one. This is called Triple Treat. This little pad of chocolate, right about the size of a pat of butter, has the antioxidant value of 23 bowls of vegetables. Now, it's a little hard to get my daughters to eat 23 bowls of vegetables, but I have no trouble at all getting them to eat a piece of chocolate. This other one here called Triple Truffle, that one has calcium, it has vitamin D, it has some immune system boosters. So, again, what a fantastic way to get nutrition in your body by eating chocolate, and it tastes fantastic. I mean, at the end of the day, folks, it's chocolate, right? Okay, how about weight management? Everybody's interested in losing a few pounds, looking better, feeling better. Well, what if you had a weight management program that worked, but it was also good for you? Okay, so you're losing the weight because your body's satisfied and you're getting all your nutrition, you don't crave the nutrients, and you have healthy products that actually replace the other things that might be harmful for you, and it tastes great. I mean, these meal replacement shakes right here, out of this world. Just to put a little powder in with whatever you're making, a smoothie, or you can just put in water. I do that all the time. It's a great meal replacement, satisfies you for 4 to 5 hours, and we've got other things in there that are added to that package. Here's one. Look at this. What if you had a sweetener, a sugar alternative that was a probiotic? It was good for you, okay? This is a prebiotic product which helps with your digestion. And again, you know, it's good for you, and yet it makes things sweet and taste good. Nutritional energy drinks. Everybody's reaching for these, right? A little pick-me-up, more energy during the day. What if you could get an energy drink that tastes good, but it was also really nutritious, compared to Gatorade, where you've got, you know, a little bit of sodium, a little bit of potassium, and a bunch of sugar and colorings and dyes and things like that. What if you could get a nutritional energy drink like this Rebound right here? Okay, just pour that in your water bottle, and you've got over 75 trace minerals, plus your electrolytes and B vitamins and all the other things that you sweat out when you exercise or work outside and perspire and sweat. This is a great replacement for that, whereas the Gatorade and Powerade and other products out there are basically just sugar and salt. Okay, 75 minerals compared to 2. Healthy coffee. Okay, we've got it in the instant coffees, we've got it in the gourmet form. These are a chance where everybody is having a cup of coffee, right? I mean, it's the second most consumed beverage in the world, second only to water. And what if you could sneak vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, immune boosters, all these things into a cup of coffee? Well, you know, some people that you know that say, look, if it's not in my coffee, I'm not getting it. Well, now it's in their coffee, okay? These are just some examples of what Dr. Wallach has done. In fact, he has created a whole genre of products. We've got over 500 products in the product line. But again, the core we need to understand is the 90 Essential Nutrients, or the 90 for Life program. So if you imagine our product line depicted like this flower you see on the screen, the 90 for Life, or the 90 Essential Nutrients, is the core. All of the other products are petals to that flower. They're add-ons, okay? And what happens is when people experience the 90 for Life program, they experience the difference that 90 Essential Nutrients make in their life, then they say, man, I wonder what else Dr. Wallach has come up with. And that's when they go and try the chocolate, right? Or the energy drinks, okay? We got another one, the weight loss energy drink called Body Trim. Or they go out and try the essential oils. If you've ever heard of essential oils, Dr. Wallach has the original formulas from one of the very first companies that has brought those to market. How about this one? Pain relieving cream called CM cream. My kids call it the magic cream. Each of them have it in their gym bag. They carry it in their soccer bag. They have it at school for PE. Basically, you rub this on what hurts or itches, and 8 to 10 minutes, pain, stiffness, inflammation goes away. That's why they call it the magic cream, right? But this is an amazing cream. It's an all-natural, made actually from fish oil, and used at the Olympic training events because it's anti-inflammatory, removes stiffness and pain, but yet doesn't show up in any of the drug tests because it's all natural. They did a double-blind randomized placebo study out at the University of Connecticut with osteoarthritic patients. They had 100% success. In fact, the study was so successful it was written up in the Journal of Rheumatology with 0 side effects and 100% success with arthritis in helping people increase their range of motion, their ability to get up and down stairs, out of chairs, less pain, less stiffness, all that above. So, hey, amazing product. It's not 90 for Life, okay? It's not our core, but a great add-on if you've got any stiffness, pain, inflammation. Rub it on your headaches, on your sinuses for sinus pain, back of your neck if you've got stiff necks, muscle cream, massage cream. It can be used for anything. It's fantastic. All right. How about this is coming into the fall season now, right? Kids get flus and sicknesses. What if you had a antibacterial foam that had no alcohol in it? so it doesn't dry out, your hands doesn't sting, it doesn't cause any problem. You just spray it on as a foam and rub it in. It moisturizes, kills all bacteria and viruses, kills the bird flu, kills MRSA. I mean, you name it, and it's smells fantastic, doesn't hurt. I mean, these are just some examples of the many things. Canned energy drinks, the list goes on and on. What about something for your pets, right? How about Arthrodex? Okay, something you just sprinkle it on their food, and then your dog, your cat, your animals can get the 90 for life. Okay, you just give them their regular food, but you sprinkle that on and gives them joint support and all the things they need so that they can be healthy as well. These are amazing products, and they're all brought to us through 90 for Life and Dr. Wallach and Youngevity. And again, the core is the 90 essential nutrients, and then you say, man, I wonder what else Dr. Wallach has done. Well, the question always comes up after people have heard Dr. Wallach's seminar, whether they've heard it on CD like this one here, or whether they attended it live, or whether they attended one of his web broadcasts or something on the radio. They say, well, how do I know what products to take? On the screen there you'll see a brochure and a CD, okay? The 90 Essential Nutrients brochure and the Healing is Easy CD. These are two tools after you've heard Dead Doctors Don't Lie to help you know what products to take. In fact, what they've done is Dr. Wallach and Dr. Glidden have taken 80% of the health challenges that you encounter, and they've categorized them into 4 main categories. And so if you can identify which category your illness or concern is in, then you know which products to take. So that's the idea, is to find out which of the 4 categories your health concern falls into. And so for the rest of this presentation, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the next 12, 15 minutes and explain to you what these 4 categories are, and hopefully help answer your questions as we go along. So category number 1. Blood sugar imbalances. This is a big one, okay? And there's lots of health concerns that fall into this category. ADD, ADHD, adrenal failure, anxiety, bedwetting, bipolar disorder, cardiovascular disease, depression, diabetes, dizziness, excessive thirst, sweating or urination, elevated cholesterol and triglycerides, fainting spells, fatigue, hyperactivity, hypoglycemia, infertility, learning disabilities, memory loss, migraine headaches, moodiness, narcolepsy, night sweats, obesity, peripheral neuropathy. These are all health concerns that Dr. Wallach has categorized as blood sugar imbalances. Now, what do we need to know to understand this category? We need to understand that the body has to perform hundreds of chemical processes in order to properly balance blood sugar. All of these things have to happen. They're necessary and essential to happen in the right sequence in order for the body to be able to adjust and maintain healthy blood sugar levels. And in order for those processes to happen, you see in that picture there are 23 cofactor nutrients. You know, we talk about 90 nutrients. Well, 23 of those are essential just to balance blood sugar. Things like chromium, vanadium, and many, many other vitamins and minerals the body uses in all those chemical processes you see on the screen. So what we have to understand is, what should we do for blood sugar imbalances? Well, Dr. Wallach says for this category, he recommends the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack. And what is this package? Well, it starts with the Healthy Start Pack, okay, this main package we've been talking about. And then he adds to that a special needs product, or as he calls, the secret sauce for blood sugar. And that product is called Sweeties. It's this one right here, okay? It's just a little bottle of some capsules that have extra of those cofactor nutrients that are necessary to balance blood sugar. You'll get some of them in the Healthy Start Pack. But for people who are struggling with blood sugar issues, they need extra of those. And so what Dr. Wallach will say is, take that Healthy Start Pack. Everybody needs that. But then you add to it the Sweeties for extra support to help support and promote healthy blood sugar levels. All right, that's category number 1. Category number 2, calcium deficiencies. What's included in this? Ankylosing spondylitis, arthritis, back pain, Bell's palsies, bone spurs, remember my mom's story, bone fractures, brittle nails, calcium deposits, cartilage and ligament damage, cognitive impairment, depression, Dowager's hump, elevated blood calcium, high and low blood pressure, hyperparathyroidism, insomnia, irritability, joint pain, kidney stones, muscle cramps, spasms and twitches, nervousness, osteofibrosis, osteoporosis, panic attacks, PMS, prolonged clotting time, receding gums, restless leg syndrome, there's a common one, retarded growth, sciatica, tetany, tinnitus, tooth decay, trigeminal neuralgia, vertigo. All of these are health conditions that are linked to a calcium deficiency. Now, it's not just calcium, okay? We have to understand that calcium is one of the main ones, but it's linked to a whole bunch of other nutrients. For example, the body, in all of our bones and joints, we have cartilage, ligaments, muscle tissue, and other connective tissue that make those joints and bones work properly. And in fact, our bones alone require 60 nutrients. People think that bones are just calcium, right? There's over 60 nutrients in a healthy bone. Things like magnesium and vitamin D and chondroitin and glucosamine, strontium, and many, many more. These are all cofactor nutrients that are needed to maintain the healthiness of bones, cartilage, ligaments, connective tissue, all of these types of things. So this category of calcium deficiencies actually includes many, many more things. It's the calcium plus all the cofactors, one, to absorb it, two, to utilize it, and in the other cofactors to help support all of the bones and structure to the body. So what do we do for this category? Well, Dr. Wallach says to help support and promote healthy bones, joints, and connective tissue, we need the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. Now, you can see on the screen there, we start again with that Healthy Start Pack, and then we add to it a couple of products. Again, the secret sauce for calcium deficiencies and bone deficiencies, and that is, one, the glucogel product, okay, and two, that magic cream I was telling you about. And why do we do this? Well, the glucogel product is extra of the cofactors, again, the glucosamine, the chondroitin, those things to help build up the cartilage, ligaments, connective tissue. And the CM cream, or the magic cream, is what you rub on the area that needs repairing. One, it helps with inflammation and swelling and pain and stiffness. Two, it gets more circulation going through there so the body can send more nutrients to that area. It's actually a healing trigger. That CM cream works in that way because it decreases the inflammation and swelling, allows more circulation, stimulates more circulation, stimulates more movement, and therefore the nutrients you're taking have a better chance of getting in there and doing the repair. So this package is fantastic, and people see immeasurable results within at least 90 days. Okay, category number 3, digestive disorders. Now, I should mention at the forefront, this category can be the underlying cause of any of the other categories. Why is that? It's because if you're not digesting food, you're not absorbing nutrients. And so this has its own category of diseases, which I'll mention in a second. But it can also be the cause of calcium deficiencies. It can be the cause of blood sugar disorders. It can be the cause of the next category we're going to talk about as well. So understand that there's some warning signs specifically about digestion. But if you find yourself in more than one category, chances are this could be your problem. Digestion could be the core of the underlying cause for your health concerns. Okay, acid reflux, allergies, athlete's foot, belching, bloating, bowel gas, celiac disease, constipation, Crohn's disease, dermatitis, diarrhea, diverticulitis, food sensitivities, heartburn, hiatal hernia, indigestion, irritable bowel syndrome, jock itch, leaky gut, seasonal allergies, stomach and intestinal pain, thrush, ulcerative colitis, yeast infections. These are health concerns directly tied to digestive disorders and are warning signs that digestion is not happening properly. Okay? Well, what we need to understand is that digestion starts with the mouth and goes all the way through to the end. Okay? So you could have a problem anywhere through that process. And you need to understand you are not what you eat, but instead you are what you absorb. So it's not just what you eat. It's important to eat healthy, but you also have to make sure your body is absorbing. Otherwise, regardless of how healthy you eat, you're not going to get any of the nutrients. Just as an example, in order to absorb nutrients, your stomach acid has to be very, very acidic. You have to have ample stomach acid, like battery acid in the stomach, in order to break down food, especially some of those hard nutrients, like calcium and magnesium and cholesterol and fats. Okay, you've got to have that stomach acid present in order to break those things down. If you have weak stomach acid, one, you're not going to break down those nutrients. Two, bacteria that is in the food and the things you eat is going to thrive and grow and flourish in your stomach. That's going to inflame those tissues, and it's going to inflame the intestines as it passes through. Also, that's going to irritate it and cause ulcers, okay? So undigested food then is going to pass through out of the stomach and into the intestines, and you're going to get damaged and inflamed villi inside the intestines, and that is going to lead to malabsorption. Also, when those intestines stay inflamed, the little villi get engorged with blood, and they actually become cut off. They get squeezed out, and they atrophy. And in that case, your digestion goes down even more. And then you start to get undigested food that passes through the intestinal wall into the bloodstream. And then the body reacts with what we call, autoimmune reaction. Okay, it's a disease called leaky gut, where your body develops allergies and sensitivities to these foods. Things like gluten intolerance and lactose intolerance can result if your body is not digesting properly. So one, we got to get the ample stomach acid. We've got to get those enzyme counts up. We've got to make sure that the food that we're eating is getting broken down and digested and absorbed. And we've got to calm down the intestines, get rid of the inflamed allergen, and last but not least, we've got to push out any of the bad bacteria that could be flourishing in the colon. We do that with probiotics. There's a great CD I'd encourage you to listen to called Serial Killers. Let me get this right side up for you. Serial Killers is a discussion from Dr. Wallach, an interview with my partner Blake Graham, talking about digestion clear from the mouth all the way in between, clear to the end game, okay? And so if you want to learn more about this category, you need to listen to that CD, Serial Killers. Well, here's what we do for this category. It's called the Healthy Digestion Pack. Now, it's, again, just like the other packs, you start with the Healthy Start Pack, you add to it the enzymes, and you add to it the Flora FX. These are the two secret sauce for this category. So, can you buy each of these different bottles separately? Absolutely you can. If you buy them in a package, you're going to save money. That's the same with each of these packages. That's why we put them together. It also makes it very easy to remember. If you've got one of those concerns, you're in the digestion category, you need the Healthy Digestion Pack. All right, category number 4, our last category, is the EFA, or essential fatty acid and cholesterol deficiency category. This is, again, a long list of health concerns, things like acne, ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, alopecia, Alzheimer's, asthma, blood clots, deep vein thrombosis, brittle hair, cardiovascular disease, cracked heels, cravings for fried foods, dementia, dermatitis, extended menopause, eczema, fibromyalgia, gallstones, growth retardation, infertility, low libido, erectile dysfunction, low sperm count, miscarriages, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, PMS, psoriasis, kidney dysfunction, split cuticles, and heels. Okay, all of these are health concerns that tell you, boom, I've got an EFA and cholesterol deficiency disease. Okay, so what do we do for this? Well, first we have to understand the importance of it. We have to understand that every cell membrane in our body is made up of these essential fats and cholesterol. In fact, that is the way that the cells handle what comes in and what comes out, is through these essential fats, this bilipid layer, if you will, a fat layer. And so healthy cell membranes in your skin, all of your soft tissues, your organs, your veins and arteries, everything require large amounts of these essential fatty acids. And when you don't get enough of them, then these different cell membranes are going to break down. Therefore, you're going to have problems with your veins and your arteries, problems with your skin, problems with your organs. On down the line, any of these soft tissues will break down and start to malfunction when you don't get ample amounts of essential fats. Now, how about cholesterol? Well, cholesterol is essential for all of our the entire nervous system. In fact, they are the insulation, the myelin, if you will, that insulates all of our nerves. And so our brain, our nervous system, everything becomes compromised when we don't consume enough or absorb enough cholesterol. So if you're on cholesterol-lowering drugs or statin drugs, and you are on a cholesterol-free diet and eating egg beaters instead of eggs and avoiding fats of all types, like they want to tell you to do, then you're going to wind up with these health concerns that we just talked about. Okay, look at these again: Alzheimer's, Lou Gehrig's disease. Okay, these are serious things. These are serious health concerns you don't want, but they can be directly linked to a deficiency of essential fats and cholesterol. Okay, what does Dr. Wallach recommend for this category? He recommends the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. To help support and promote healthy brain and cardiovascular function, you could also add skin and soft tissues and organs to this, okay? Everything tied to the cell membrane and your nervous system would fall into this category. Dr. Wallach recommends the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. Again, Healthy Start Pack, then an added extra EFA for more essential fatty acids, and the ultimate selenium. Selenium has the ability of reversing any oxidized oils in your body, okay, and turning them into good oils. And so it's a key component for your body to make glutathione, for example. So you need this package. Again, you can buy every bottle separate, or you can get it together in this package and save some money. Again, it's the Healthy Start Pack, the EFA 180, and the Selenium. All together, get some savings called the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. All right, if your health concern is outside of these 4 categories, then we recommend you start with the Mighty 90 or with the Healthy Start Pack, and then you contact somebody for help. One of the people you can contact is Dr. Wallach himself. You can see on the screen there the times and the phone numbers to reach him. He does his radio programs, 2 different radio programs, every day, Monday through Friday, okay? So you can call in. I recommend you calling in ahead of the show and get in the queue, okay, so that you can get your questions answered. But also, as you've noticed here on the chat, you can get on these webinars and ask your questions here. You can get with your upline leaders and people who have some experience with this and get your questions answered. But again, 80% of the questions will be answered by using the Healing is Easy CD and the 90 for Life brochure in this webinar, because they'll fall within those 4 categories. Here's some healthy do's and don'ts that Dr. Wallach recommends. 1, make sure you are also eating natural whole foods, green leafy vegetables, high antioxidant auric foods, high protein meals and snacks, and drinking plenty of water. Here's your don'ts, okay? Avoid margarine. Use butter instead. Avoid carbonated drinks at mealtimes. Do not eat fried foods. In fact, avoid all vegetable oils in any form, margarines, cooking oils, any of those things. Avoid processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. Avoid processed sugars. Avoid pesticides and pollution as best you can. These are some helpful do's and don'ts. Now, here's some other tips to help us increase our success using these products with health challenges. One of them is make sure you're taking your products with your food, okay? Take them at meal times. That's when your body is producing the most stomach acid, highest level of enzyme activity, and so forth. So nutrients are best absorbed when food is present. You want to trick your body into thinking that your food is healthy, all right? Make sure you're taking adequate amounts of the product, okay? Just as in the agricultural industry, Dr. Wallach's formulas are dosed according to body weights. The larger the animal, the greater the nutritional requirement, okay? Lastly, make sure you're absorbing. You should notice something within the first couple weeks. More energy, sleeping better, something, okay? You should notice something, a change within the first couple weeks. If you don't, please get with the person who's introduced you to these products and find out why. There's most likely something to do with your absorption and your digestion that we need to address. We need to add some enzymes and some probiotics, that healthy digestion pack, to make sure that you're absorbing the nutrients. Now, as far as seeing the results, the benefits you're after, Dr. Wallach says you should see measurable, marked results that you cannot question within 90 days of starting on this program. Now, we're not going to spend time on this. This is what we're going to talk about on the next webinar, the business opportunity. But I want you to know that these amazing products make this business opportunity fantastic because we see results. We see people who are struggling and we change their health, and nobody does that like we do with our 90 for Life message. The 90 for Life story is not found anywhere else, and that makes our business unique. Next is the leverage that we have with this tool of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Okay, this CD that we have, okay, changes people's lives. And it is the easiest way to share this message. I told you at the beginning of the webinar tonight, when I started, I had no idea how in the world I would share this with people. My parents shared it with me. I said, Dad, that's fantastic, but no one's going to listen to me. I'm 26 years old. I'm flat broke. I don't need health products. How am I going to be able to go talk to somebody and tell them they need to do this when, I have no experience. I have no training. I'm not an expert on health. And I truly didn't see how I was going to be able to be successful in this business until I heard this message. When I heard this and listened to Dead Doctors Don't Lie, a light went on in my head. And it happened because all of a sudden I became convinced that I needed to buy supplements. I needed vitamins and minerals for my wife, my children, and myself. And I said, Todd, what are you, crazy? You don't even have 2 nickels to rub together and you're going to go buy vitamins with money you don't have, right? And I said, wait a second. How did I become convinced? It was by listening to Dr. Wallach. And that's when I said, this is something I can do. As long as I have this, as long as I have Dr. Wallach's message, all I have to do is get people to listen to it. And the more people who listen to it, the more people will want the products. And I don't have to sell, I just educate. And that tool, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, is the most powerful message that's ever been created in the health industry. It's sold over 155 million copies. 155 million copies in circulation. That has to tell you something. There's a reason why it is so successful, and it's because it's true, and because Dr. Wallach explains it so well that you become convinced that you need to make a change, and you need to participate with 90 for Life. Also, we have these pharmacy discount cards. Nobody else has the ability of giving their business card out, and people walk into a pharmacy and instantly save money. They don't have to sign up, join, fill out any paperwork, anything, and it never expires. They just show your business card as many times as they want and save money. We have already saved the American taxpayer over $17 million. Okay? That's what we've done just by letting people use our business cards to save money at the pharmacy. We save them money on their medications. They can take that money and put it in their health, and our goal is to get them off their medications. And that, so we these two tools, Dead Doctors Don't Lie CDs and the 90 for Life savings cards, folks, unstoppable. Lastly, I did not know about this last point when I joined. I did not realize that the people I talked to would continue to take the products year after year. Day after day, week after week, month after month. Folks, I have people I talked to 16 years ago who are still ordering, consuming the products on a daily basis. Why would they do that? They're not even distributors. They're not earning they don't have a business. They haven't referred anybody. They are customers, and they love the products. They experience the difference. They know what 90 for Life has done for them, and they never want to go without. And that creates, from a business standpoint, a true residual opportunity. Something that I didn't understand when I started. I told you we had triplets. I was in school. I just wanted to get enough money to pay for the diapers and the infant formula. But I was so pleased when I found out that, hey, work I do once, I get paid on over and over and over again, and it built a royalty type lifestyle, a royalty income for my family. And again, this was just a cherry on top, and that's why when I finished with the graduate programs and everything, I went and paid off all my loans with cash, and I've been doing nothing but Youngevity ever since. And folks, it's a very, very exciting business. So that's all I'm going to tell you about the business. Invite you to join us with that. But the most important point I want to leave you with is that we are all about education. We have books, right? You need to read Dr. Wallach's book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. You need to listen to the CDs. I mean, how about one from a doctor telling you that we can reverse macular degeneration through nutrition? Seeing is believing. How about one that's titled Dead Athletes Don't Lie? Okay. How about one I talked about already about serial killers and digestion? Or as we talked about, The Healing is Easy with Dr. Glidden, to answer and tell people what category of disease they are and what products they should take. This is a company that has the information. This is a company that will educate you, and the information and education is something, it's a lifelong quest. And the more you know, the more you want to do exactly what Dr. Wallach's doing and take exactly what Dr. Wallach's taking. And as I travel around the country and spend time with Dr. Wallach and eat breakfast with Dr. Wallach, I see what he takes. I see how he eats. I see the lifestyle he lives. And folks, that is exactly how I want to live. I want the same nutrition he does because I want the same energy and stamina that he has. I want to be able to, at 73 years old, travel around the country giving 300 plus live lectures a year. I want to be able to jump on an airplane, jump off an airplane, grab my luggage, jump into a car, do 2 hours of talk radio every day, give a 5-hour lecture at night, go back to my hotel room, get up the next morning and do the same thing. I want the energy to live that same type of a life. I might not have the same schedule Dr. Wallach has, but I want to have the same energy. I want to look as good as he does, and he is truly a testimony of the products. Folks, I appreciate you being on tonight. Again, thank you to everyone who's been with us. A special thank you to all of our guests. I noticed that Blake has been very busy answering all the chat questions as we go along. If you have any other questions that haven't been answered yet, we've got just a few minutes. I went a little bit long today. I appreciate your patience with me. But folks, it's the time now is yours to chat in any questions you have, and we will do our best to answer them. Dorothy, yes, soft cook eggs over easy are fantastic. Just keep that temperature low or medium. You don't want that bubbling butter. Don't use any vegetable oils, just use butter, and actually put a little water in there and lid on top, and it'll steam cook them, okay, so that they you don't damage any of the fats and cholesterol that are in the egg. Steve wants to know about the PowerPoint. Yes, this PowerPoint's available in as a member of Youngevity. You have a back office if you go to ygresources.com. Again, www, I'll type that in, www.ygresource, I told you wrong, resourcecenter.com. If you go to that website, www.ygresourcecenter.com, go to downloads and you can download this PowerPoint. Absolutely. I should also tell you that those tools you see on the screen, the books, the CDs, the brochures, everything, those are available at www.yteamtools.com. Okay, so if you go there, that's where you can get your CDs, your DVDs, your books, all the different things that we've been talking about, the little mailers for the Dead Doctor CD, all those things. Roger, high blood pressure. That one actually was in the calcium deficiency category. That was category number 2. Okay, so if you remember that category, high blood pressure falls into that category. And for calcium deficiencies, the recommended package Dr. Wallach tells us to get is the healthy healthy bone and joint pack. Sorry, brain freeze there. Healthy bone and joint pack is for calcium deficiencies. Susan asking about how to print the chat. Yeah, if you just go up there and right-click it and choose Select All and then Copy, you can copy everything in that chat box and then paste it somewhere in like a Word document or something like that. Alicia, what's the best single product for seasonal allergies? Okay, there is no single product. Okay, Dr. Wallach doesn't believe that any nutrient is an island unto itself. So every recommendation is going to start with a 90 for Life package, either the Healthy Start Pack or the Classic 90 pack. So you'd start with the Healthy Start Pack, and then the one product I like to use for seasonal allergies is actually MSM. Okay, there's a product called Mega MSM. In the Our Garden line, it's an MSM product in Our Garden. That one is the one I like during seasonal allergies. Take 6 of them at once, and the symptoms go away for about 4 or 5 hours, and then just take 6 more. MSM is a pretty benign product, does a great job with allergies. Okay, liver disease, osteoporosis, irritable bowel colitis. Okay. If a person has all of those, I would start first with digestive disorder, because that irritable bowel and colitis tells me they are not absorbing nutrients. Okay, so they're going to need the Healthy Digestion Pack. If they have osteoporosis, they're also going to need the glucogel product from the special sauce from the calcium deficiency. So it'd be glucogel as well as the CM cream. So you're going to get the Healthy Digestion Pack, add the glucogel, add the CM cream, and then have them do that for a couple months. And then as far as helping their liver, we do have a liver cleanse. It's a new product from, let's see if I can remember. It's called Liver Pure is the name of the product. I can't remember the product line, but it is a great, comes in a little box, Liver Pure, and it has in it all the components you need to do a liver and gallbladder flush. And it works like a charm. We've had great reviews from people with that. So don't do that right at the start. Okay, get on the nutrition first, give yourself a couple months, and then go and do that liver flush. I've missed many, I know. I hope Blake is catching some of them. I apologize. I just see them as they come. Okay, for neurological conditions, Jan, Dr. Wallach puts, again, that in the EFA and cholesterol deficiency category. We need to support the entire nervous system, and one of the ways we do that is by supporting the body's ability to repair and replace the myelin that wears down, the demyelinization in the body. And so for that, Dr. Wallach recommends that Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, which has the Healthy Start Pack, the EFA 180, and the selenium. Loretta, most likely boils are a result of a digestive disorder. Okay, so there's something in the food that you're eating or your body is having trouble breaking down, and so it usually reflects that there's problems in the intestinal tract, and they show themselves up in the skin. You need to identify what that allergy is. And Dr. Wallach talks about a rotation diet. If you get his book, Let's Play Doctor, he has a program in there where you digest what you eat, and you work through a rotation diet. You take your body basal temperatures and compare after you eat things, so that you can identify the offending agent. You eliminate that out of the diet, boost up your enzymes, boost up your probiotics with that healthy digestion pack, and usually those food sensitivities, once you know what they are, over time you'll be able to get rid of them. Okay, folks, I'm going to answer this last one, then we're going to cut it off. Jacqueline's asking about degenerative disc issues. That, again, is in that calcium deficiency category, where the body doesn't have the cofactors to maintain the healthiness and the strength of the bones, connective tissue, ligaments, and those vertebrae. And so Dr. Wallach recommends the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack for that. Okay, so Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, which has the Healthy Start Pack, the Glucogel, and the CM Cream. Folks, we are out of time. I thank everybody for being on. Thanks, everybody. Bye now.